Hello my friends, Liberty Garden, December 21st, and today I'm feeding hay to the cows. I'm trying a new approach. So I follow this channel from Greg Judy. I think it's called Regenerative Agriculture or Regenerative Ranching, something like that. Anyway, his name is Greg Judy. You'll find him on YouTube. So he's one of those guys that has a big channel, but if you ask a question, he'll answer, and that's awesome about him. So go look at his channel. But anyway, he unrolls hay as opposed to feeding it on a hay ring. So I'm a little winded because I just unrolled a 1,200-pound bale by hand. So if you look at over there, I'll show you a little bit when I get closer. There's a lot of wastage in the bales that I'm putting out. I just rounded up all the waste right now. It's a good three or four bales of waste. So there's a lot of waste, and it's trampled and pooed on and everything. And the cows are really not getting to the bottom quarter of the bale because it's just all peed on and nasty. So Greg Judy, what he does, he's got this little dolly that he hooks up to the back of a ATV. He has a patent on it, and he unrolls hay. And the whole rationale for that is that you're feeding the cattle as well as your soil. And when you unroll hay into a barren field like this or an empty field like this, well, you're protecting the soil a little bit. You're feeding the worms, and the cows will come and eat here and pee and poop and do their thing. But this soil is acting like a mulch bed. I don't know how good it's going to work out. I don't know how much it's going to be wasted, but just judging from what I'm wasting right now in the hay rings, it can't be that much worse. So I asked him a question like, because apparently he's got a lot of cows, so he unrolls like one bale a week. One bale per day, and by the next day he'll unroll another one, and so on and so forth, right? So every cow gets about 20 pounds of hay or so like that, or something like that. So I asked him, hey, well, what about if I just do it once a week? Are the cows going to trample it and do the thing on it? And his answer was, well, try it. You try it. I mean, the worst thing happens is you waste the bale and you find out. And also, but you'll be feeding your soil, and the cows will eat a lot. There will not be that much more wastage. And I'm kind of starting to believe that because, you'll see the amount of waste that I have right now. So here I started pushing that big bale. So I started pushing it down slope, and I just followed the contour. I was just pushing it, and it followed the contour. So here it is. You see all the hay right there on the ground. So hopefully the cows come and start eating this here. And there's not that much for them to trample. There's some spots that are it's almost nothing. There's some spots that have a little thicker sheet of hay on it. It's just how it unrolled. So you see it here. I'm going to show you why I decided to do this, just to see how it works. Oh, mother of Jesus, this is tiresome, but I'm getting closer to where I started. So here it is. Right now you see that the cows are eating from a round bale that I put out for them, and they huddle together on it, and eventually they start just peeing and pooping on it. So here, that's where I put it on the tractor, and I started unrolling it. So I'm gonna see how this works out. Unrolling by hand. You definitely do not need a cardio class after this. So here it is. It's a little thicker at the beginning, thins out as you move along. Also, any seeds, any good seeds that are in this hay will probably stay here and maybe as the cows poop and urinate on it and everything, it'll take, right? So that's what he did with one bale, as opposed to having the bale on this side where the cows are eating right now. See, already they're wasting some right there. They're stepping on it. As the bale breaks apart, they start stepping in more on it. If you look at this here, this is the equivalent of about at least 3 hay bales that I've wasted already. This is all done. I mean, it's no good. This was all bedding that I pushed with the bucket here, right? So there's a lot of wasted hay here, right? So either you get this mess here that you later have to scatter around, or just leave it there. It becomes a nasty pile of poop and hay. I guess some people will put it on a manure spreader. I don't have one of those, so it will be very difficult for me to spread all this junk. Or is that nice clean trail of hay that even if they trample it or anything, it'll stay on the ground. There will be no significant accumulation of urine and cow manure. So it goes all the way down there, and the worst case scenario, they'll eat it, they'll step on some of it, but it'll go back to the soil. It will nourish the soil. Whereas this mess here, it's not nourishing anything. It's just slowly decomposing there. It's a combination of urine and feces and manure and hay. Over the years it decomposes into soil, but it takes a long time, a long time. You got to spread it, and spreading it, it's double work, right? So that's the whole argument in favor of spraying the hay. Nourish the soil. You can end up with about the same waste, but at least the waste is not accumulated in one spot. It actually regenerates, rejuvenates your soil, nourishes it, and then any seeds that are from other pastures, that whoever brought you the hay, if you got alfalfa hay or whatever you have out there, well, it's gonna stay on your soil, right? I mean, in here, any seeds that are there, well, they're just gonna stay there. Either they burn up during the compost process, or they're just gonna stay there with no soil contact. So really, they don't do me any good there. So I'm just gonna try it. Obviously, the cows haven't seen that. I'm gonna maybe later take a picture of them eating along this trail, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to take another bale to that side and kind of spread it on that side, and I'll check next week, see how the cows did. It's a lot of work to spread it by hand though. The dolly would be really nice, but anyway, I'm gonna try that right now, and I'll let you guys know.